My beloved child, I have seen every tear you've shed in the silence of the night, every whispered prayer spoken in solitude, every longing you've held in your heart that no one else could understand. I have listened not just once, but in every moment, with every heartbeat turned toward me in sincerity. The petitions you've brought before me with steadfast faith, the seeds of belief you've quietly sown into the soil of your soul, these are now beginning to sprout in the eternal realm, and they shall bear fruit in your tangible reality. Nothing you have offered to me is in vain. No word has been lost in the void. No desire has been overlooked. Every detail has been carefully preserved, cherished, and aligned within the goodness of the divine blueprint I have designed for your life. Trust, my child, that everything is unfolding in perfect order, not according to your schedule, but according to the divine timeline I ordained long before time began. There are moments when it may seem like all you're waiting for is delayed or silenced, but you cannot see what heaven is arranging behind the veil of waiting. You do not yet know how many paths I am paving, how many miracles are being woven together in the stillness. It is in those seemingly quiet and insignificant seasons that the deepest spiritual movements are stirring most powerfully. So do not allow fear to close your heart, nor let doubt cloud your thoughts. You have walked a long journey, fought tirelessly in faith, chosen love, forgiveness, and hope even when darkness was your only companion. And now I say to you, prepare. Open your heart, widen your vision, and stretch out your hands to receive what I am about to release. The blessings are not coming with thunder, but like the gentle breaking of dawn, gradual yet sure, bringing life, renewal, and testimony to my enduring love. Let your soul be like a field, ready for harvest. What you once deemed impossible will come to pass. Doors you thought were sealed will swing open in wondrous ways. Delayed dreams will be revived with even greater strength. Prayers once cried through tears will be answered with joy and awe. Not because you have earned it, but because I love you. Not because you are strong enough, but because I am almighty. Not because you have always been faithful, but because I never fail in my faithfulness. The universe, with every motion, every law, every rhythm, bows to my command, and now it is resonating in agreement to bring your prayers into fulfillment. You are not alone in this waiting. No dream of yours has been forsaken. Believe that a new season is arriving, a season of opening, of long-forgotten miracles, awakening of grace breaking forth. All that is good is coming toward you, not as a reward, but as evidence that I am faithful. And in this sacred moment, I invite you to enter a complete preparation, not only in action but in posture. Learn to receive goodness without hesitation. Learn to rejoice without guilt. Learn to stand firm in the blessings I bestow without fearing they will be taken away. For what I give, no one can take. What comes from me shall remain with you in peace. So, my child, look around you with renewed eyes, eyes that expect that trust, that perceive even the smallest yet powerful signs. Let your heart become sensitive to the supernatural, to recognize that even before you see the full result, the miracle has already begun. Let my word today become a living hope within you, that the prayers you thought went unheard have touched heaven and are now descending like rain in the form of blessings. You have waited long enough, obeyed in silence, remained faithful through many crossroads. And now I say to you, the time has come. Not for you to strive harder, but to release your grip in trust and step into fulfillment with a heart of praise. For everything I do is perfect. And what is coming is the complete answer to the quiet faith you have carried throughout your journey. Rejoice, my beloved, for the season of blessing has begun. My dear child, in those days that seem quiet, when you hear nothing from me, when your prayers echo as if into emptiness, I am still at work unfolding a sacred plan tailored uniquely for you. A plan woven from unchanging love and eternal wisdom. Every step you've taken, whether slow or seemingly off course, has always been within the holy path I designed. And now you stand at the threshold of a magnificent manifestation, a moment, a door, a turning point, capable of reshaping your entire journey. This is not a coincidence, nor a reward of your own effort, but the result of a process of grace, where your faith, patience, and perseverance have become the substance through which the extraordinary is birthed. You may have often felt weary, wondering if what you're waiting for will ever arrive, if the direction you're heading is right, if I truly hear your cries. But I tell you, not one act of love from you, not one moment of trust, not one prayer has been forgotten. All are being gathered like precious stones, forming the solid foundation upon which the miracle shall rest in the perfect time. And that time is now, when your heart is softer, your spirit stronger, your faith refined through the fires of trial. Beloved, what you are about to receive is not merely an answer. It is a transformation of how you see life, how you walk forward, and how you understand who you truly are. The miracle that draws near is not simply something good, but a divine affirmation that your trust has not been in vain, that your path has never been meaningless, and that my love has never forsaken you. It will not come with a roar, but as a gentle wind, silent yet strong, tender yet relentless, renewing your soul and awakening a hope that has never died. Keep your heart clear. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the truth within you. Let your mind anchor itself in my words, the unchanging promises, the sure testimony that I am faithful. Do not let waiting cause you to question my love, for even when you do not sense me, I am still at work. Hold on to the light of faith, for that light shall be the lamp guiding your steps into this new season, a season of opening, of confirmation, of perfectly timed opportunities that will elevate your life into a new realm. Do you know, my child, that the very moment you felt forgotten, heaven was preparing something great? The very moment you felt weakest was when my strength was being perfected in you. And the very moment you continued forward in silence was when I was lifting you little by little, so that now, when you are ready, you may step into what I have long prepared. The opportunities before you are not just escapes from difficulty, but steps into a new way of living, where you no longer survive on fear or memory, but live in the freedom of one who is loved, chosen, and empowered to walk boldly and unshaken. So do not hesitate when you feel new stirrings within. Do not doubt when everything that once seemed random begins to fall into a meaningful pattern. These are the signs that my plan is unfolding, that you are entering a new chapter in your story, one that I will continue to write with the ink of hope, the language of faith, and the pen of grace. My beloved child, you are not forgotten, not even when the whole world turns its back. I remain with you. You are never alone, even when you cannot feel it. I am still holding your hand. And you are never abandoned, even when others walk away. I have chosen to stay. Everything I do is for your eternal benefit. Every delay is not denial, but a divine pause, preparing the way for the best to arrive at the most precise moment. So, my precious ones, stand firm. Step into this new season not with doubt, but with the confidence that I am leading you toward the place your spirit has longed for. And when you look back, you will see not a single day was wasted, not a single tear was in vain, and not a single prayer was unheard. For I am your Father, the one who has seen, who has heard, and who is now moving on your behalf. All you need to do is trust and keep walking forward, for what I have promised will surely come to pass. Beloved child, this is the moment I spoke of, the sacred hour when heaven and earth grow silent to witness the radiant unveiling of who you truly are. Not a display of outward grandeur, but the quiet culmination of deep spiritual growth. You have sown faith, loyalty, and endurance in the darkest of nights, and none of it has been wasted. Every drop of sweat, every trembling stand you took, every whispered prayer in the midnight hour, these were the stones that built the firm foundation of the glorious unveiling I am now orchestrating. Do not assume that miracles always arrive with thunder or flashes of light. Sometimes the supernatural comes in gentle steps, in unexpected yet grace-filled opportunities. And child, this is that moment. Everything you've waited for, the dreams, the promises, the deep desires I placed within you, are now quietly approaching like a cool breeze carrying the fragrance of harvest. Do not hesitate to open your heart, for it is in that very openness that you will receive more than you could ever imagine. Do not doubt any longer, for what I have begun in you, I will most certainly bring to fulfillment. The universe, with all its movements, is aligning under my divine orchestration to bring you not only goodness but destiny. You are not here by accident. Your presence, your gifts, your uniqueness, your story is an irreplaceable part of the grand symphony I am composing. And now your melody is rising to its crescendo, not hidden, not waiting in silence, but emerging to live fully in the calling I embedded within you from the beginning of time. My child, trust the process. You may have felt that your steps were meaningless, your efforts too small. But in my eyes, every act done in faith is remembered, no deed of love forgotten, no moment of endurance overlooked. Now, like a tree deeply rooted full of life and strength, you are beginning to bloom. Blooms of joy, of confirmation of blessings you once only dared to dream of are bursting forth. Prepare yourself, my beloved. New doors are opening. New people are being brought into your life to walk beside you, to lift you up, and to affirm what I have placed inside your heart. The dreams you once buried are being revived, dusted off by my hand, and returned to you with new breath. I will give you not only what you need, but even more than you ever imagined. For I love you completely, not because of your performance, but because of my grace. Not because you earned it, but because of my everlasting mercy. You stand now at the edge of a great shift, not only outwardly, but within the very core of your being. The transformation I am preparing will touch your soul, your mind, and your way of seeing the world. You will no longer live as one seeking approval, but as one who knows they have been chosen by the Father, prepared and sent with power. The success that awaits you is not to glorify self, but to reflect the glory of the one who called you out of darkness into marvelous light. Therefore, my child, keep your heart pure like the dawn. Do not let old memories or fear of the future cloud the light that is now shining from within you. Anchor your heart in the unchanging truth that I am constant, that I am your Father who is always present, that what I begin, I also complete. Though the world may shift and people may change, my promise remains unshaken. And that promise is this: you will not miss what I have destined for you. You have labored, endured, and held on to faith when no one was watching. And now I will reward you openly, not to bring you praise, but so the world may know that I am faithful, the God who gives what is good at the perfect time, neither early nor late. Enter into your unveiling with deep gratitude and unwavering trust, because everything is unfolding perfectly, not by your strength, but by my sovereign plan. And in all that you receive, remember, I have never left your side, not for a single moment. I have always been there, loving, guiding, and waiting for the day you would be ready to shine. That moment, my child, is now. Beloved, a new chapter is being written before your eyes, one unlike anything you have known. This transition is not a random turn, but a vital step in the loving plan I have long cherished for you. Everything happening around you, even what you do not yet understand, is being delicately arranged by me to bring you closer to the true purpose I etched into your soul before you took your first breath. This is not merely a shift in your surroundings. It is a sacred transformation, a brush of destiny that causes your heart to awaken to the truth that you were born for something greater than yourself. You have cried out, shed tears, remained steadfast in long unseen nights, and I have witnessed it all. Not a single prayer fell into a void. Not one act of faithfulness went unnoticed. Every time you chose to believe without seeing, every time you loved while wounded, every time you rose after falling, these have become seeds that are now breaking forth into blessings. The universe is moving without rest under my command, and now every piece of your life is beginning to fall perfectly into place. What once seemed lost, meaningless, or even painful is now beginning to reveal its divine purpose. The change you are about to enter may surprise you. It may not look like what you envisioned, but I assure you it is for your greatest good. I do not merely look at the present. I see the long road ahead where you will stand in your rightful place, where your gifts will flourish, where you will live not merely to survive, but to blossom, to reflect the glory of the one who crafted you in eternal love. Trust, my child, for what is coming will not only answer your prayers, it will exceed your most daring hopes. The blessings to come may not knock loudly, but they will arrive like morning light, clear, certain, and full of heaven's warmth. You will be reminded that you are not forgotten, that every good seed you have sown will be reaped in its season. New invitations, divine relationships, unexpected opportunities, all are coming, not by chance, but to elevate you to a deeper level of understanding, a new dimension of presence and purpose in my great design. My child, your unveiling is near. And it is not merely external. It is arising from within, from the deepest part of your soul, where you know who you are in my eyes. It will come as you accept yourself, as I see you chosen, beloved, and sent with a purpose no other can fulfill. You do not need to prove your worth. You only need to open your heart and walk in trust. Keep your spirit open, not with worry or doubt, but with gratitude and readiness. Prepare your mind like fertile soil, ready to receive the rain from heaven. Do not let old wounds close you off from new grace. Do not let past failures hold you back from stepping through new doors. I am doing a new thing, and it draws nearer with every moment you hold on to faith. I am not only transforming your circumstances, I am renewing your very soul to remind you that you are worthy of goodness, not because you are perfect, but because you are loved with an unchanging love. So walk forward, beloved, with courage. Keep your eyes fixed on me so that when storms arise, you will not be moved. Hold fast to your faith, for it is the key to every treasure of heaven. And remember, though the world may shift and the future may surprise you, my love remains the unshakable foundation beneath your feet. You do not step into the future alone, you walk with me, with my protection, my guidance, and my endless mercy. I have begun a good work in you, and I will complete it perfectly. Now just be strong and steadfast, for you are about to walk into a season of blessing, a time of unveiling, a moment marked by power and mercy. And in all of it you will know this: I, your Father, have never left, and I am still holding your hand step by step into the miracle you were created to live. My beloved, I have seen every dream you've cradled like a small flame in the long night, the deepest longings of your heart so sacred that you hesitate to speak them aloud for fear they may never come to pass. But I want you to know, no dream placed in your heart is accidental. They are not mere wishes, they are answers from heaven, whispers of promise I breathed into your soul from the beginning. And now the time has come. The seeds you have sown in tears, in tireless effort, in unseen courage are beginning to break forth in holy ground. You may not yet see the life rising beneath the surface, but I see it. And I say to you, the harvest is near, and it will surpass anything you ever imagined. What you thought was just a fragile hope is becoming a brilliant light, illuminating your entire path. You have been brave, consistent, choosing love over bitterness, faith over surrender, and because of that, the gates of heaven are beginning to open with grace-filled opportunities that no one can shut. Keep your spirit positive, for faith is the substance that shapes miracles. Do not let past delays erode your patience. I have not forgotten you, ignored your sacrifice, or overlooked the dreams you held tightly in your darkest days. Everything you have built in silence, in faithfulness, in pure reliance, is about to bear fruit, and you will reap not just a season but a series of abundant harvests, overflowing with joy, affirmation, and love. Child, the life you've longed for is no longer a distant hope. It is drawing near with every moment. You keep the faith with every step you take in hope. The universe has not turned away from you. On the contrary, it is working with heaven to bring forth your good. For you are my child, and I never fail to keep my promise to you. Hold on to your faith, keep your hope alive, and know that the best is yet to come. Do not fear the magnitude of what is drawing near, for it was I who placed that dream within your heart, and it is I who will bring it to fruition. You do not need to know every step ahead, only walk in the light I give you each day. And you will see, with each step you take, you are moving closer to your truest self, to the future you were created to live, to a radiant life, no longer just a dream, but a reality being woven by the loving and faithful hands of your Father. My beloved child, before you ever uttered your first cry to me, I had already heard you. Before you could even form your prayer, I understood the silent sighs of your soul. Every longing you have carried, every secret desire you've held like a small flame in the darkness is now beginning to ignite. The moment you've long awaited, the moment where hope meets reality, is closer than ever. The universe is no longer silent. It is beginning to move in rhythm, in grace, and in power, to prepare the way for you to step into a radiant future where success is no longer a distant dream and abundance is no longer something to strive for, but a gift arriving in grace and peace. My child, perhaps you have doubted not for lack of faith, but because weariness found its way into your heart after long days of unanswered waiting. Perhaps there were moments you whispered, "Does the Father hear me? Or is my dream real? Or am I on the wrong path?" And I understand, for I walked with you through every one of those days. But now I want you to know, my timing is never late. The time for your dream to become reality is now. The coming months will bring transformation beyond what words can fully describe. Doors that seemed permanently shut will suddenly swing wide. What you once thought was unreachable will come within grasp. And in that very surprise, you will realize that every prayer has been recorded, every tear preserved, and every small effort of yours has not been forgotten. You have never been hidden from the light. You have been prepared for a glorious chapter, where the life you once only dared to imagine begins to take form, vivid, real, and overflowing with blessing. So, my child, keep your heart open. Do not let the limits of yesterday confine your faith today. Do not let past disappointments hinder you from receiving the good surprise that is approaching. New possibilities are drawing near, and not just small ones, but those beyond your greatest hopes. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. It is the faithfulness of the one who has loved you, heard you, and is now fulfilling the very best for you at the most beautiful time. The life you have dreamed of is not an illusion. It was written into my plan from the beginning. Nothing you are hoping for is beyond my ability, and no dream within you is too great for my love. In fact, it was I who planted those dreams within your heart as seeds of faith, so that in this season they would begin to grow. And what I begin, I will complete. Keep your vision steady. Do not fix your eyes on circumstances, but on me. Do not measure your journey by fleeting human time, but by my eternal faithfulness. Everything that is coming will not be a burden, but a reward. Not something to struggle for, but something granted through grace. And as you step into it, you will not only receive what you hoped for, but also become the person you were always meant to be: stronger, wiser, and filled with my presence. You will no longer live in a state of waiting. You will live in a state of fulfillment. Everything you once longed for is being placed in your hands, not because you were good enough, but because my love for you has no limits. Not because you are perfect, but because you chose to trust the one who never breaks a promise. And my beloved, as you step into this season of fulfillment, remember, the life you are living is a testimony of my power, a sign to those who are silently waiting in the night that I am still the God who listens, who moves, and who loves, without change. Your miracle is not just for your joy, but for the light. It will shine into the hearts of others who are in need of hope. So prepare yourself. Clear your heart of fear, of doubt, of the old memories that once held you back. Be brave and open your heart and your hands, for a new chapter is beginning. A chapter no longer written with tears, but with rejoicing. No longer with waiting, but with manifestation. No longer with longing, but with the presence of what you once only dared to call a dream. My beloved child, I see you not just on the surface, but down to the deepest part of your soul, where you have quietly guarded your dream, where each day you have watered hope with faith and tears. Every effort you've made, every small yet faithful act, every whispered prayer in the middle of the night, I remember it all. And now I want to tell you, the season of harvest is near. What you have carefully nurtured in secret is beginning to bloom. The life you once only dreamed of is approaching, not as something far away, but as a reality divinely and precisely orchestrated by me. You did not give up when everything seemed to stand against you. You kept walking even when you couldn't see the road. You chose to believe even when there was no visible sign. And it is that very faithfulness that has unlocked the treasures of heaven. The moment you've waited for, the moment that always felt like it belonged to the future, is beginning to belong to now. A wave of transformation is coming, not to shake your life apart, but to lift it to a higher level. A new phase where you will look back and realize that every moment of perseverance created a miracle. In the months ahead, you will begin to see change, not just in your outer circumstances, but in how you view the world and yourself. You will see doors open, the right people appear, and opportunities you thought were lost come back stronger and more radiant than ever. And you will know this is not random. This is my divine arrangement. I am not just giving you what you ask for, I am giving you what you never expected, because I know exactly what is best for you. Keep being patient, my child, because patience is the foundation of what lasts. Keep trusting, because your faith is the current that carries blessings closer. And above all, prepare your heart to receive. Do not let the long wait steal your joy when the miracle arrives. Do not let old wounds keep you from embracing the new. I am making all things new, and you are part of that plan. Do you know this? Your future is brighter than it has ever been. Not because everything will suddenly become easy, but because you have been refined and made ready to enter your harvest. The things that once caused fear will now become the foundation of your strength. The dreams that seemed to have died will now be resurrected with greater power than ever before. Because when you are faithful with little, I will entrust you with much. And when you choose to love me in the midst of trial, I will reveal my love in ways that cannot be denied. Your dream life, my child, is not a fantasy. It has been written among the stars, carved into the blueprint of creation, and now I am bringing it to life. You do not need to understand how I will do it. Only hold fast to the faith that your Father never makes mistakes, never arrives late, and always fulfills what he promises. In just a few short months, when you look around, you will no longer find yourself in the land of waiting, but in the midst of the harvest field. You will smile not only because of what you receive, but because you will recognize that you yourself have been transformed. The sacrifice was never in vain, the silence was never overlooked, and the faith was never denied. I am the faithful one, and I have never taken my eyes off you, not even for a moment. So, my beloved child, keep your spirit uplifted, for joy is the language of heaven. Continue to trust even when nothing seems clear. Keep walking forward as if what you have dreamed is already ready, because in the spiritual realm, it has already been prepared and is on its way. You are about to step into a future filled with blessings and happiness, not by your own strength, but by my hand leading you. Open your heart to new hope. Do not fear change, and do not be anxious about the greatness that is coming. For I am going before you, preparing the way, and I will be beside you every step. You are never alone on this journey, and the most beautiful, the best, the most miraculous things are still ahead. Walk with gratitude and expectation, for you are about to live in what you once only dared to whisper in prayer. And when that day comes, you will know every word I spoke was true. Every promise I gave has been fulfilled. For I am your Father, and you are my dearly beloved child. My dear one, I have watched every step you've taken, every heartbeat filled with unrelenting hope, and every whisper from the depths of your soul that no one else could hear. I know how patiently you have persevered, what you have sacrificed, how many long nights you've silently endured just to nurture a dream that I, myself, planted in your soul from the very beginning. And now I say to you, what you have labored for is about to be rewarded, not in a small way, but in a brilliant, complete, and overwhelmingly abundant way. A life you once only dared to dream is drawing nearer than ever, and every effort, every act of faithfulness, every drop of devotion is blooming in this sacred moment I have ordained. O child, there may have been times when you felt so weary, as if you were walking in endless circles. There may have been days when you felt left behind while others seemed to move forward. But know this, you were never lost. Every step you took, whether across the open plains or through deep valleys, was carefully guided by me. I was there when you stumbled. I was there when you stood again, and I will be there when you cross the finish line, overwhelmed with wonder and overflowing with gratitude. In the coming months, you will begin to see what you once prayed for take form before your very eyes. Dreams that once seemed distant will draw near, not by the haste of this world, but by the certainty of heaven. Doors that seemed permanently shut will open in ways you never anticipated, and in those surprising moments you will know it was not luck, it was a miracle. A miracle woven from unwavering faith and the unchanging love of your Father. Continue to be patient, my beloved, not because I am slow, but because what I have prepared for you is far too precious to be rushed. Keep trusting, not because you need to understand everything, but because you have placed your life into the hands of the one who never makes a mistake. A life overflowing with joy, success, and blessing is stretching out its arms, waiting for you to step in. And when you do, you will realize I prepared this place for you even before you dared to believe it was real. Your future is no longer something to fear. It is something to anticipate with joy. A wave of transformation is coming, not to overwhelm you, but to carry you to the other side, the shore of fulfillment, where the things you once longed for become vivid living reality. Open your heart to all that is possible, my child. For I am placing each piece into its perfect position, every prayer into the stream of time, so that when it all converges, you will see that your life has been completely transformed. Everything has shifted towards something far more beautiful. Do you know, my child, that your dream has been inscribed on sacred pages among the stars in the very place where my hand once wrote your destiny? It has not been erased, not been delayed without reason, but is being fulfilled quietly behind the scenes. And in just a few short months, you will look back not only with relief, but with awe and deep gratitude, as you realize that I have acted beyond what you ever dared to hope for. The life you once longed for is no longer a distant fantasy. It is a near reality beckoning you to live fully within it. Keep your spirit joyful, for a hopeful mind is fertile soil for revelation. Continue to believe, for faith is the bridge that carries you from waiting to fulfillment. Prepare your heart not just to receive, but to know with assurance that you are worthy of good things, not because you are flawless, but because you have been faithful, persistent, and obedient. What is it that you have been praying for? A love that is true, a peaceful home, complete healing in your body, success in the mission I've assigned to your life. I have heard it all. Not one of your prayers has fallen into a void. You have not whispered in vain, nor have you wept in darkness unnoticed. I have listened. I have taken account, and now I am moving. Prepare for miracles to unfold not with thunderclaps, but through the subtle movements of destiny. They will come like the dawn after a long night, gentle yet unstoppable. Whether you are longing for financial abundance, enduring love, restored health, or a meaningful and fruitful career, I assure you every sincere desire is being answered. Nothing meant for you will be lost. No good thing will turn away from you when I have already appointed it for your life. Trust in divine timing, for whatever comes from me will arrive at the right moment, in the right way, and in the right place. Every step you take in faith, every act you carry out in love, every tear shed because you refuse to give up, all of it testifies that you are drawing closer to your destiny. Do not give up when you are near the finish line. Do not surrender when your miracle is right ahead. You are not alone. I am here holding your hand, and I will not let you go astray. And then you will know, I am not merely the one who listens to your prayers. I am the one who brings them to completion in glorious fullness. For I am your Father, the one who loves you with an everlasting love, and the one who has never and will never forget what you have offered with your whole heart. You are about to step into a season of fulfillment, a season of completion, a season of rejoicing, and you will see that what I have promised will surely come to pass, because I am faithful, and you, my beloved child, are held close within my heart. My precious one, I know there are days when you walk with tear-filled eyes and a heart heavy with waiting, when your prayers seem to echo in the silence of the heavens, and the answers you long for remain unseen. But I plead with you, do not lay down your faith just because your eyes have yet to see. Do not let temporary silence make you forget that I am still at work. In the spiritual realm, in the unseen world, I am moving with power and speed beyond your comprehension. The prayers you whispered in solitude, the choices you made in quiet faithfulness when no one was watching, and the sacrifices you bore in secret because you trusted my plan, all of these are weaving together a perfect moment of divine unveiling. The seeds you have sown are not lost. Though they were sown with tears through sleepless nights and barren seasons that seemed fruitless, I assure you the harvest will come not in sorrow, but in overflowing joy. The dreams you kept hidden, the hopes you dared not voice for fear of being laughed at, are beginning to sprout silently, secretly. You do not need to see everything to believe, for true faith does not require proof. Only trust in me, the one who never misses an appointed time. Beloved child, I know your journey well. I know there are days when you wake up and feel no hope stirring in your soul. I know there are times when you pray and the words get stuck in your throat. I have seen those moments when you just wanted to stop, not because your faith was gone, but because you were weary. But my child, it is precisely in those moments of weakness that my power is working most strongly. It is when you are at your limit that you are nearest to the breakthrough. Listen to me, you are standing on the edge of a turning point. You may not see the change yet, but the spiritual realm is in motion. What you perceive as delay, I am using to realign everything for something far greater than what you've asked for. How long have you waited with patience? Then do not stop when you are only a breath away from the promise. Do not give up just before the miracle, because in just a little while you will behold what I have prepared, not something small to soothe your longing, but something great to affirm that you were right to place your trust in me. Do not let the delay dishearten you. My child, delay is not denial. It is the pause in the holy symphony, the silence that prepares the stage for a mighty crescendo. I do not delay as man understands delay. I am waiting for the perfect moment so that what you receive will not only meet your need but also glorify my name in your life. What you thought was lost is actually waiting to reappear stronger, more beautiful, more enduring. You do not need to see in order to know I am working. Walk by faith, for when you hold firm to faith, you open the way for the impossible to become possible. Believe me, doors that seem sealed are beginning to turn on their hinges. Pathways that once looked dim are being lit. The things that hindered you, be they people, circumstances, or fears within, are being reversed, transformed, and reshaped into blessings. I am the one who turns obstacles into platforms, failure into foundation, waiting into a testimony of glory. So, my precious child, keep your heart pure, keep the light within you burning. Do not let bitterness, doubt, or exhaustion pull you away from faith. Each time you refuse to give up, you are partnering with me in the miracle. Each time you pray while confused, you are declaring to heaven, I believe in the one I cannot see but who is always faithful. And each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the moment I have appointed. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not wandering without purpose. Every act of faith is remembered. Every tear is gathered. Every prayer is etched into my heart. And soon, very soon, you will stand in the very thing you once longed for and gasp in awe, Father, you never left me. You will look back and see that delay was not deprivation, it was preparation for a miracle greater than you dared to imagine. And on that day you will smile, not just because of what you received, but because you never gave up. And I, with all the love of eternity, will whisper to your heart, I am proud of you. Because you kept the faith, you did not turn away, and you chose to believe in the one who never changes. Take heart, beloved, for the light is coming, and all I have promised will surely come to pass. For I am your Father, the one who holds your future, and who loves you with an unfailing love. Beloved child, every time you bow your head in silence, every time you close your eyes and whisper from the depths of your soul, you are touching a power greater than all understanding, the power of your Father, the Creator, the ever-living, one, the God who is always present. I want you to know that not a single word from your lips goes unheard. Whether your voice is lifted loud or spoken in a faint murmur in the hidden corners of your heart, I hear it clearly, completely, and with great tenderness. Because I do not merely hear your words, I listen to your heart. I read even the words you haven't yet formed, the things you cannot name, the longings that turn into tears falling silently on your pillow at night. The prayer of the righteous, my child, is not a sound that vanishes into emptiness. It is a knock on heaven's door, a force that shakes the heavens, an invitation for me to enter your reality and move in supernatural ways. Never think of prayer as something small. On the contrary, it is the divine thread connecting your soul to my will. When you pray, you are not just speaking, you are communing with the one who formed the world, who holds all seasons, who knows your tomorrow, even before you walk into it. I see that there are moments when the enemy tries to sow doubt in your heart that prayer is useless, that you're speaking into nothing, that nothing is changing. But I declare to you that is a lie. The enemy trembles each time you pray because it knows that every word you release is a ray of light piercing the darkness. It fears the communion between you and me because in that place power is activated, truth is unleashed, and its plans are shattered. So my child, keep seeking me in prayer. Do not hesitate to draw near. I do not ask for eloquence, nor do I require ritual. I seek a true heart, a soul willing to open a heart that is humble and trusting. And I promise I will not disappoint you. When you pray, your heart begins to beat in rhythm with mine. You will begin to sense guidance, light, and a peace the world cannot offer. You may not yet see what you've prayed for, but do not mistake my silence for forgetfulness. I am working quietly but powerfully. I am arranging, shifting, moving circumstances, opening doors you cannot open and closing what no longer belongs to you. Behind the veil your eyes cannot yet see, I am working for your greatest good. And the day will come when all I have done in secret will burst forth in the open, and you will be astonished by my faithfulness. Your prayer is not just a whisper, it is an act of faith. It is your declaration that you trust me even when nothing seems to change. Each time you pray, you push back the darkness. You stand firm in the storm, you declare to the universe, my Father still reigns. And I, your Father, respond with love, with power, with patience, and with action. You never pray alone. I am always there with you, beside you in every breath, every moment, every whisper you lift to me. I listen not from afar, but from near. I do not only hear, I understand. I do not only understand, I empathize. I do not only empathize, I respond. Maybe not in the way you expect, but always in the way you need. Beloved child, remember, an honest prayer can shift destinies. A single tear lifted in trust can move heaven, and a heart that relentlessly seeks me will never return empty-handed. For I am the one who never breaks a promise. Continue to pray in joy, in sorrow, in gratitude, or in uncertainty, for prayer is the bridge that connects you to me, the lifeline that holds your soul steady in the storm, the sacred space where I and you meet not by might but by enduring love. And be assured of this, your prayer will never be forgotten. It is stored in the vault of my grace, answered in perfect timing and woven into my eternal plan for your life. What you are waiting for will come. The miracles you are seeking will unfold, and you will know not just with your mind but with living, breathing experience that I am the faithful one, the one who hears, the one who moves, and the one who forever walks with you. Beloved child, amid the relentless pace of life, amid the clamor of responsibilities, expectations, and unanswered questions, I know that you sometimes feel as if you are slowly losing yourself, not because you are not enough, but because you have been swept into a rhythm so fast that it drowns out the gentle voice of your soul. You've been chasing what is outside, forgetting that the most precious treasure lies within you, the true nature I placed in you when you were formed in your mother's womb, the nature of light, of peace, and of intimate connection with me. I want you to know you do not need to exhaust yourself trying to prove your worth. You do not need to race anyone or anything. What you need first and foremost is to stop. Slow down, not because you are weak, but because your soul needs to breathe. Take time for yourself, not to escape the world, but to return to the depths within. In those quiet moments when the outer noise fades, you will hear the gentle whispers of angels sent by me to guide you through each stretch of the journey. Intuition, that quiet voice you often ignore, is a sacred part of your connection with me. It is not a random feeling or fleeting emotion. It is a holy reminder that I am still near, still speaking, still bending close, to hear every concern, every longing you've buried deep inside. When you slow down and listen inwardly, you make room for heaven's light to enter. It is in stillness that you find direction. It is in stillness that you realize you were never lost. You had simply forgotten the way home. Each time you step out of the rush to return to yourself, you are wiping away the dust so the light within can shine brighter. The more you trust your inner knowing, the more clarity you will gain, the more aligned your steps will become, and the more joy you will feel that is not dependent on circumstance. True peace does not come from perfection, but from knowing you are living according to the design I created for you. And when you live in that truth, you step into a sacred state the world cannot buy: joy in the spirit, a deep gladness, a silent fulfillment, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. My child, do not let the tempo of life make you forget that your soul must be nourished. Do not trade inner awareness for fleeting pursuits. Remember, you were made not merely to survive, but to live fully, meaningfully, as a beam of light in this world. And to live this way, you must listen not just with ears, but with your heart. Listen to the gentle signs, the divine nudges, the feelings that defy reason, because sometimes they are my whispers, my heavenly guidance, my invitation to return to what truly matters. You are not alone on this journey. Angels surround you, guiding, guarding, and encouraging you every step. And I, your Father, walk with you, not from a distance, but close, in every breath, in every decision. Every time you pause to connect with me, you open a sacred door, a space where you don't have to pretend to be strong, where you don't have to hide your fears, where you can be real, simple, and embraced by unconditional love. And when you emerge from those moments of stillness, you will no longer be confused as before. You will see more clearly what to let go of and what to hold on to. You will begin to walk not out of pressure, but led by divine wisdom alive within you. You will no longer live to please others, but to fulfill the eternal purpose I've entrusted to you, a purpose not everyone will understand, but I understand. So, beloved, choose to make space for your soul. Unplug from the world sometimes to plug in more deeply to heaven. Do not fear the silence, for it is in the silence that you will hear the most important things. Trust in the wisdom I have placed within you. Let your intuition lead. Let faith steady you, and let my love be the foundation for every step you take. Life may not always make sense, but you do not have to understand everything to trust. You only need the courage to pause, to listen, and to follow the gentle prompting within, and you will see you are not lost, you are being called home. And there in the stillness you will find yourself again, you will find me, and you will find a joy no one can take away. For I am your Father, and I am always with you, waiting for you to return to the truest version of yourself, the one I have loved since the beginning. Amen. As a child of God, you are never alone. He is with you in every moment, gently reminding you to live in faith and trust in His love. Follow and turn on notifications so you never miss a word I speak from heaven. Amen.